Welcome to Two Chicks, Two Mics, where transparency meets you in a safe space and place. I am your girl, Mashawn Carter Fogle, with my co host,
Aaliyah Taylor. And today we are in our series, From Boys to Men, with our guest, none other than my youngest son, Tevin Mayfield. How are you today?
I'm doing good. What's up? What's up?
So, Tevin, you're kind of behind the scenes here with the Two Chicks and Two Mics. So, it's great that you wanted to come on here today with the Two Chicks folks and share
nephew.
and all that good stuff with us today. So, since we are talking about from boys to men, and you are at that mid age of 26 here, tell those who don't know just a little bit about your childhood and how you grew up.
Um, I just try to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Being different, being the youngest. It almost feels like you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Feel like you gotta be the tough guy to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Being around everybody older than you, cause that's all I was around, hanging around my brother all the time, and you know what I'm saying. When we go to my grandmother's house, everybody would be older than me, so you gotta you gotta play hardball a little bit. So I feel like with that, like growing up, made me feel like I had to grow up a little fast. Just being around the older crowd, trying to learn structure, learning how to move, and just learning how to be yourself.
So that was at a early age. So when did you kind of find your own niche? When you, again, we're still talking about when you were smaller, or did you feel like you were always the little guy or the little brother that had to kind of follow behind everybody?
I felt like I feel like when I started playing baseball is when I found like my own niche. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody I'm around is playing football, basketball, and nobody's really playing baseball. You know what I'm saying? So like when I touch the field, it's like I'm myself. I can just be me. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, listen to nobody older than me. I'm with the same age group. We all like the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I touched that field, man, it was like a whole new character got unlocked. You know what I'm saying? And I like felt my like, it's like this is who you are. You know what I'm saying?
And that was at an early age because, of course, you started playing baseball when you were
For
4 and
uh,
wasn't even supposed to be on
At 4.
at 4.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
So,
playing with 5 and 6 year
yeah,
olds.
he was already playing with the bigger kids. But I'm listening to you talk about that, and I remember when, and this is a true story. So I remember just thinking again, as Tevin was the little brother, and there was this one game in particular, and he and Tyler would always play together for at least a year. So this particular year, he was playing with the 7 to 9. Is that right? 7 to 9, the A's. He was like one of the youngest on the team. Anyway, long story short, um, no, this was maybe before then. Anyway, long story short, when I figured out that Tevin was his own kid, Tevin hits a infield home run, right? Flying around the bases. Literally gets between third and home, gets close enough to home, and does a cartwheel. And the crowd goes wild. And everybody is laughing and cheering him on, and I wanted to beat his ass. But that's when I knew, like, this kid is his own,
He was an
is
individual.
trying to figure out his, who he was, but he was an individual because who in the hell else would have done that? So it's interesting that you say that, but, just thinking about as you started to play baseball even more, you started to develop into yourself.
Yeah, and it's just like seeing who I am now and that person on the field. It's just like I'm my own person, And you know what I'm saying? I don't care about judgment. I don't care about people's opinions. And it was just like, I look back at when I played baseball, like, ain't nobody perfect on the field. You gonna mess up, you gonna make errors, you gonna lose games. You know, and I put that into my everyday life. So it's just like, I'm me.
Yeah.
Somebody's always gonna have something to say. You know, whether you doing good,
Whether
whether you
you
doing
bad.
bad,
Yeah.
somebody's going to have something to say. So that's how I live everyday life.
So I always like to talk about my earliest memories of people, right? Memories of Tevin. As I have grown closer with Aaliyah, I've of course been around Tevin and Tyler a little bit more. But one of my memories of Tevin is I see Tevin on social media. And the first social media that I would see Tevin was on there bopping. Do you hear me? And in my mind, I was like, when I run up on Tevin, I'm going to challenge him a 1, 2, 3. But just being around him and seeing his individuality, whether it is Tevin showing off his shoes, whether it is Tevin at a wedding rehearsal or wedding reception dancing with Aunt Janet, it's Tevin is his own individual self, and he can definitely stand on business by himself because he's just a dope individual.
Yeah. So, tell now that we talked about your childhood, talk about you as you were growing into an adolescent in middle school age and things that you saw between or things that you are more so aware about now about who that person was.
I'm gonna just start. You know what I'm saying? I started in the middle school era.
Sure.
Um, it was definitely a big change. I can say. You know, more students, more classes, more levels. You know what I'm saying? My first year of middle school, you know, I got bullied a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm stepping in a bigger building. You know what I'm saying? I got my lunchbox, my backpack, and my binders and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Thinking everybody, you know, it's going to be nice. And, you know, teachers is going to tell them, like, don't treat people like that. That was not the case. So I got put in a locker. But I laugh about it, though, because it's just like people think, you know, when you move on to the next level, it's not going to be hell. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through hell to get to where you want to be. And it's just like, I figure, like, if I ain't been through that hell in middle school, I wouldn't be where I am. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, though. Middle school was fun, though. When I didn't have a lot of friends in middle school. And it's just like, in today's world, I don't have a lot of friends. But I figure, like, that's good now because I'm focused and I know what I want. And it's just like, I hear people say, you know, as you get older, if you got something you want to do with your life, it's going to get lonely. You ain't going to have a lot of friends. I didn't believe that when I was younger.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, damn. Like, damn, bro. Like, I talk to the same people every day. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, but man, middle school taught me how to be myself, for real, for real. I mean,
So then, going into high school, for some folks that don't know, you were featured on Urban Impact's was the 20th or 25th anniversary, but Tevin's story was very interesting. He was talking about how in high school he started following the crowd, started trying to be funny in class and just to be able to fit in. And so one of the things that I think, again, people see, you know, Tevin, the person who works at Lexus and JD Sports and Tevin that used to dance. Like, it's so funny. Somebody even asked me not too long ago, does Tevin still dance? Tevin's 26 damn years old. He better not be around here dancing and bugging and shit. Anyway, but I say all of that to say, talk a little bit about just what you did in your interview as far as the things that you faced in high school and in some of those challenges, and then we'll move on into you in your 20s.
Man, high school for me was like it was really a battle, and I really say battle as a mental battle, cause it's just like I learned different than everybody else. To this day, I still battle with this like while I'm working. Like I learn different than everybody else. I'm more of a hands-on. Like you have to show me. Like you can't tell me what to do because you tell me what to do, and I get to that point where I have to do what you told me. I'm gonna be honest. Something's gonna get fucked up. I mean, I'm just being blunt. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't graduate with my class one time, and that really took a big toll on me because it was just like that next year, like I'm getting made fun of. I ain't graduate on time, and I'm just like, I mean, this is it for me. I'm 18, still in high school, and everybody I was supposed to graduate is in college. I wanted to fucking drop out. I wanted to give up. So like, high school is really a mental battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you one of them people that ain't got everything figured out, you don't play a sport, or if you try out for a sport multiple years, you'll make it all the way to the end and don't make it. That shit will really fuck you up mentally.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to go to class. You wouldn't want to be around nobody, and that's where I was. That's why I really just wanted to fit in, be a class clown, be the center of attention, get kicked out, walk out of class, skip school and stuff like that. But it was just like, I ain't gonna lie, my mom was a gangster for real. Cause there was one day, the truancy letter came in the mail, and I was like, I came home with my backpack. She was like, "Where the hell was you at today?" I said, "I was at school."
Get a whole letter talking about you missing. Like, I got to go to court because you supposed to be in school.
Ooh.
Like,
The whole time I'm skipping classes with the upperclassmen.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Senior skip day, I'm supposed to be in class. I'm with them. But I was lost, man. Like, I was really lost. But that next year, it was like, you got to figure this out on your own. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I couldn't play baseball no more. I couldn't play no sport. I wasn't eligible. You know what I'm saying? So I was really fucked up. Like, I got to come to this same fucking classroom every day, sit in front of a computer for like 4 hours, and then go home. I don't have a job. I'm broke. So, I mean, is this what my life is going to contain of? Like I was really battling. Like, damn, is this what growing up's going to be like for me? My mama got a good job. My daddy got a good job. My brother got a good job. And then there's me. I'm lost.
so talk a little bit about how Urban Impact helped change that.
Yeah,
for you.
so it was like, what was that, the middle of school year?
Mm-hmm.
Middle of school year, in my last period class, 6th period, home ec, I get to eat and shit, so I really wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like,
We was just watching a video, my teacher, Miss Satterwhite, shout out to her. I love that woman.
did she pass?
No.
Oh, you said shout out to her.
They always killing people.
No, she passed.
Damn.
Sorry. Okay,
You
keep going. Sorry,
What
I
you
didn't
mean
know.
that she passed?
Miss Satterwhite.
Go ahead.
Damn, she's still alive. She told me that somebody wanted to. I mean, she told me my guidance counselor, Miss Timoney, called me up to her office. Shout out Miss Timoney too. So I walk up there, you know what I'm saying? Grape crush in my hand, some hot puffs, family size bag, know the vibes. I get to the office and there's this woman sitting in there. Her name is Chloe Martin. I love her. Shout out Chloe. She's sitting in the office, and I'm looking. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, what is going on? Is this like an intervention? Like,
You
so
thought they was coming for you.
you feel me? Like, what the hell? Did somebody pass away in my family? Like, what the fuck is going on here? So the door shuts, and my heart drops. I'm like, uh-oh, am I in trouble? What the hell is going on? So Miss Timothy says, "This is Chloe. She's from Urban Impact, and you know what I'm saying. She wants to help you." I'm like, "Help me do what?" She was like, "She wants to help you. You know what I'm saying. Get your grades up and make sure you graduate on time." So in my mind, I'm like, "Bro, this is bullshit. If this was the case, y'all would have found me a long ass time ago." I said, "Okay, nice to meet you or whatever." We carry on. She said, "Is this something that you would like to do or whatever?" And I'm like, "I think about it." The next day, I went to Miss Timothy's office again. She said, "You think about it?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try." So I go to this building up the street from my house. I'm like, okay, this is alright, but I'm really not fucking with it because I don't like people at the time. So I sit there, I do my work for about 2 hours, then I go home. My mama asked me how it was. I said it was alright. And she said, "You learn anything?" I said, no.
Hmm.
So I got my backpack, basketball, walk to the park. You know what I'm saying? Normal shit. The next day comes, I'm supposed to go. I told my mom I ain't feel good. Said my stomach hurt. Really wasn't fucking with it. I get my backpack and my basketball. Walking to the park. I see Chloe's car pull up on the corner. And I try to turn away to make sure she ain't see me, but she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm about to go to the park." She said, "I thought you didn't feel good." So I'm like, damn, my mama done snitched on me. What she did, Chloe was like, "If you don't want to do nothing with your life, that's fine. But don't lie to me. Just keep it 100." And that's when I was like, damn, like she's real. Like, this is some real shit. So that night I just, you know what I'm saying, sat on the edge of my bed and was like, "What do you want to do with your life?" I said, "One thing I want to do, you know what I'm saying, is graduate just to say that I have a high school diploma." So Chloe, you know what I'm saying, she took me in, introduced me to a lot of people within the center. Um, and we went back to Miss Timothy's office the next day and looked up how many credits I need to graduate. I needed over, what was it? Over
Oh, I don't
over
know.
like
I
20
know.
credits to graduate.
Know what happened yesterday. No, it wasn't that many.
What was it?
I don't know. Keep
It
going.
was a lot of credits to graduate. I'm just say that. I got all those credits to graduate within 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
I didn't know I was graduating until the last day of school. And that was really like a moment for me because it was just like, now I know what it feels like to want something and having to put in the work to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they saved my life. Because, I mean, without the center and without the people that I've met within the center, I don't know where I'd be right now. It sucks to say, I'd probably be, you know what I'm saying, in the streets.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you
No,
wouldn't.
you wouldn't.
I mean,
I don't
y'all know
believe that
that.
for a minute.
Absolutely not. Not as long as
Shit.
Bobby Mobley is my mama.
Hello.
I'm just saying, man, that's just what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Going through the things that I've been through.
Well, can I ask you some questions as you've given us that nice story about your, questions being, what can you say has changed your perspective on relationships in the last 5 years? And when we talk about relationships, once again, we're not talking about your girlfriend. We're talking about your relationships with your peers, family, what have you. And if you want to include your girlfriend, that's just fine too.
Shout out Maya.
Dependent depending
Shout
on
out,
what their
shout out.
relationship, like with what do these relationships bring to you? Do they
I mean,
give you a sense of being vulnerable? Do they give you a safe space? What do your relationships give you?
like that's my biggest thing with like life in general, like building relationships with people. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because it's just like, no matter what you do in life, it always takes a village. Like, and that's something that I believe in. I believe in a village. Like, I got like the relationships I have with you when I come in the salon, the relationship I had with you when I'm at home or Cam. It's just like I always feel like I'm home when I'm around y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have to switch the way I act. I don't have to feel scared to tell y'all I'm not alright.
Yeah.
I feel love and positive energy with where I go. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the center, the dealership, or JD Sports, it always feels like I'm at home. And it's like relationships are big. Whether it's your friends, your girlfriends, your family, like that shit really matters.
Do you feel like in your relationships that your relationships have provided you a place or a safe space to be vulnerable in
Yes,
and be your authentic self?
yes.
Good.
Like I always feel like I can, you know what I'm saying, open up when I'm around these people that I've built relationships with. Whether it's, you know what I'm saying, me talking about my saddest moments, my darkest moments, my greatest moments. And it's like a lot of people don't have that. So it's like I'm more than blessed to have those relationships that I've built with on the years with people. Even like people like I didn't fell out with, I don't have a bone in my body. If I see them to this day to be like, I hate you.
Good.
Like I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't talk bad about no one, you know what I'm saying? Me and somebody could have fell out along the road, and if I see them out, respect. Cause that's how I was raised. I can't just, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere and see somebody I feel like with and just start something with them. Like it's like it's all love with me, man. Like I wish nothing but the best for anybody. Even if they was the ones that hurt me, I wish you nothing but the best. I don't have hating bones in my body. Because one thing that my great grandmother taught me before she passed, always show love to people because you never know what somebody's going through.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
truth.
So yeah, I'm big on relationships.
So with that being said, talk about you know, we live in a day and time where we don't have a lot of intimacy as a part of building relationships because we're now impacted by social media where you can have X amount of followers and people who are befriending you or whatever because they click on you're able to have friends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So because those things now are important, what would your advice be to the younger generation as far as building relationships and networking, to help them as they are um, becoming a young man or whatever the case is? Because again, you're at that weird age. You're more close to 30 than you are to your 20s.
Yeah.
And so what would you tell those younger than you as far as building relationships, how to build relationships? What kind of things are important in order to build relationships?
Uh, just pay attention to your crowd, man. Your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know what can happen, and also just pay attention to the conversations. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I picked up on growing up. Like as I, you know what I'm saying, started hanging around the older crowd, and you know what I'm saying, instead of like people like my age, I picked up on a lot of like conversations, and it's like when you are around people that like have the same vision you do, you start to look at life a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? Like from me being like when I was 20 till now, like when I was 20, like I was hanging around the folks like, you know what I'm saying, let's go outside, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's go party, let's go this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying, let's do it. But like, you know, like what are we gaining out of it? You know what I'm saying? Besides getting drunk, going back home, waking back up and doing the same thing next weekend. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we gaining out of that? You know what I'm saying? We losing money. We ain't focusing on ourselves. We surrounding ourselves by crowds that, you know what I'm saying, we don't even know. But like, as I got older, paying attention to like older people talk around me. Like they like, how's your day at work? You know what I'm saying? Is there anything new going on in your life? You know what I'm saying?
Just simple conversations.
Just simple
to make
conversations.
you-
Like, you know what I'm saying? What you eat today? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you feeling today? Just like, simple conversations like that. It's like dang, like I'm not even like on the scene no more for real, for real. And it's crazy because I mean, like, hey, this world's fucked up. Like,
So, with that being said, and I asked someone else this question, what advice do you give, or how do you make yourself, um, how do you make yourself vulnerable to be able to have those conversations with those that are younger than you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you go out and I know Ken actually works with One Lexington, where he, interacts with, teens and younger people in our community. And so people like that are visible. But what is it that you think would be beneficial to those in the community that as far as like people like you, do you go and meet them where they are? Do you wait to be introduced to them? How do you think you would be able to contribute and make an impact in somebody's life?
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm big on reaching out to communities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like there's always, kids out there that need mentoring and need help.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But my biggest thing is I always find like younger crowds on my content, and it's crazy because it's just like there's a lot of kids out there that, you know what I'm saying, are sneakerheads, are big into reselling, or, you know what I'm saying, sometimes folks be hitting my DM like, yo, like, what advice do you have for me to like to move forward? I'm just like, yo, like, just, you know what I'm saying, be yourself first of all, and, you know what I'm saying, always keep God first, and that's one thing that like I'm big on now, is keeping God first through whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, if you ain't got nobody, you got God. Trust me, I know that for myself. And like this younger generation, bro, my advice to the younger generation is, man, just always keep God first. Just please, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing a simple prayer cannot solve for you.
Okay, Tev. Okay, Tevin. Giving us a
A
little
little
bit,
razzle
a
dazzle.
little razzle
How
dazzle
about that?
And
about
stay
it.
away from all the fuck shit.
What? How do you follow that with that, Tevin? Like, what?
That's true, Tev.
It is.
That is Tevin.
And that, like, and it's kind of crazy to say, but I know someone asked me one time, like, Tevin cusses a lot. And I said, here's the thing, because I'm his mom. I made it very comfortable for he and Tyler to be able to express themselves. With that being said, I know I cuss. And so there's no way for me to get or me to correct them when
If I do
I'm
it.
doing it.
Absolutely.
And for him, one of the ways that he expresses himself sometimes is by cussing. But there's times that it always is sometimes awkward when it's people that don't know him. And he's flying off at the mouth. And yes, that. And then I'm just kind of sitting. Now, when it's out of control, please don't get it twisted. I'd be like, hey, like, knock it off.
Get a handle.
Knock it off. But Tevin is very expressive. And so I always encourage him. And I'm going to tell him this come January again. As much as he loved baseball, he would be a hell of a coach. A hell of a coach. Crazy enough, again, life be lifing, and we all, have things to do.
Yeah.
But one of the things, and I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but I was inspired to become a mentor with Amachi because of the time that you spent at the center. And so knowing what they did for you, it literally is an honor for me to be a mentor with Amachi. And that way I can also share my personal testimony, but I think you've got something that you just need to acknowledge, like, I need to share this. I can do this. Or baseball was your thing. I mean, like, this kid was kick ass on the field. And a hell of a coach. He used to give lessons to a kid who's doing quite well. But I think we need more younger men in our community. And not to say that the older men don't make a difference, but they look like you.
Yeah.
They talk like you. They,
They got sneaker interests like you.
like you. And so sometimes, those kids are more receptive to things that this generation, they can talk the lingo,
Mm-hmm.
they can reach out on social media. I always think it's really cool how, social media does allow you to create different relationships.
Yes.
And when you see those people, you don't spend a whole lot of time kind of catch up because, you're already vibing with them through social media. So I think that those type of opportunities for our young men are great. So whereas they can use social media in a positive aspect instead of, it just being a bunch of bullshit that they're sharing, on social media.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's my lane, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shoe content, and, just me being a sneakerhead, as, you know what I'm saying, as is, it's like, I could be having a bad day.
I want to say it so bad.
Go ahead and say it.
New shoes, new shoes,
Man. It's
new
just like,
shoes.
be having a bad day, and I just see something online about a shoe being released. It keeps me calm and it just opens my heart because I found something that I like and don't get judged for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people in today's world find stuff that they like, and when they share it with the world, they get judged for it.
Yeah.
True.
That's sad.
That
You know
is
what
true.
I'm saying? And I'm not the type of person to, you know what I'm saying, down somebody because they're doing something that they like. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's something that you like, bro, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, why not try? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be, like, hearing a lot of stuff. People be saying, like, why he doing that? He ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? You know what
Do
I'm
it
saying?
for
Are you
you.
doing it?
Do
You
it
know
for
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I have a lot of creative friends, man. Whether it's fashion, whether it's basketball content, whether it's making church skits, anything.
Yeah, girl.
Folks be making.
Growth Point got a
Oh,
TikTok page.
yes.
And
True.
they
You know what I'm saying?
do.
But
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
do.
saying this, like, and I have no problem reposting, commenting, liking, posting it on my story. I support the content creators around the city, whether it's family, whether it's not family. Make your content. If that's what you like to do, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Like, content creating, like, it brings me so much joy to see, like, what other people like. And if somebody likes the same stuff I do, that brings me so much joy. And I remember when I first started it. I remember when I first started making content. I remember I get views at like 100. Some views be at 50. I check a week later, shit still be at 50. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And I just stay consistent. And like the last video I just posted on Saturday is literally almost over 75,000 views right now.
See what I'm saying? Content creation.
And like I tell people, you just need that one video. But that don't mean stop. Keep going.
Nike makes some good shoes.
So did.
It's so many shoes. It's like, I promise I don't know how many times I've heard that song a day. Not even like, it's a lot. So Tevin, talk about you're talking about content creating and social media.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it though when we put the phones down and we don't have content creators and we don't have who we are on social media, right? what kind of things do you have conversation about when you are amongst your peers? I mean, what kind of, just like you were saying, when you're around, growing up, you were around a lot of older people in different conversations. And I mean, even now, as much as, you are around us, when you guys sit down and have conversation, what kind of things are you talking about?
I'm glad that you brought this up because, like, I just want to give a shout out to Cameron Fogle. I'm glad you actually brought that up because we literally just had a conversation not too long ago. We was just at the house and he was just asking me like, "What's your plan?" And I'm looking at him. I'm like, "Nigga, like, the hell you talking about? What's my plan?" Like, it was so random. He's like, "Nah, man. Like, I just want to know like what your plan is. Like, moving on throughout life. He was just asking me stuff I wanted to do with my life. Like, it's crazy because like I didn't like have conversations like that when I was like coming into my 20s. So it was like, damn, like how do I really answer this? So I was just like, you know what? I want this, I want that. And he was just like, so how do you plan on doing this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And he was just telling me, he was like, you know what I'm saying? First, he was like, first and foremost, it starts at, you know what I'm saying, getting your ass up and going to work. And I was just like, yeah. And he was just like, man, he was like, looking at you now from, you know what I'm saying, a few years ago, like you've grown a lot. You know what I'm saying? You've matured in, certain aspects that, you know what I'm saying? Like most people don't feel like they need to change. And I'm like, this shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and Cam really didn't have a close relationship when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But like now it's like we brothers. Shit, we damn near look alike. Shit.
Oh, wow.
But
You look like. Sheesh.
you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? But like, and it's crazy. Like our conversations with me and Cam are like sometimes they serious, but
Y'all joke a whole lot.
majority of the time
Y'all
they're
do.
not.
Sheesh.
Which we both sneakerheads though, and that's one thing that I'm saying grateful about because what I'm saying
I'll say this too. Shout out to the friends that make you think about your life plans.
Yes.
Nah,
And
facts.
because if your friends aren't making you think about your life plans and life choices,
Yes.
you should definitely switch your friends.
Absolutely.
Hey, and
Let's
I ain't
be
gonna lie,
clear.
I had to. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm not, not throwing no shade at nobody, but you know what I'm saying? But a change had to happen.
Yeah.
And I do not mind being alone. And I'm glad to let they be stated. I do not mind being alone.
Solitude brings clarity.
It does. For sure.
Yeah, it
For
does.
sure.
I
For
know.
sure.
Oh, I know.
That's why we good after COVID.
Absolutely.
Because, of that time that we had just
With ourselves.
with ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real. That's real.
And
So
that's another thing. Like before we end this, like I want to say, like, if y'all got a group of friends out there that takes you taking time to yourself personal and judges you for it, you might need to make a change in your surroundings.
Let them go.
yeah.
Because that's not healthy for a friendship. Because it's just like, dang, like I'm going through stuff and I need time to reset. And just because I ain't talking to you, you gonna judge me for it. So if the shoe was on the other foot, come on, bro.
And some of that comes with, again, being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It also comes with maturity.
Growth.
And with maturity, there is growth.
Yes.
And everybody does not have that space that they feel comfortable in taking them time, in taking time out or separating themselves from certain things. And again, because we have social media and you connect with so many people, you still have that instance of wanting to still feel, included and be a part of.
They call that FOMO.
They call it what?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Oh, that's cute. I've never heard
Dang.
of that.
Really?
Well,
I ain't
now
gonna lie,
I
well, you just
have
put
it.
me onto a new word.
I like that. I'm
I'm
gonna have to
finna
write
spam the
that
shit out of
down.
that.
I'll write that down.
Fear
But
of missing out.
FOMO.
that's good, Mashawn, because
But it's because everything to us has become so accessible.
yes,
Like everybody's life is so accessible.
Yes.
We actually fear that we're missing out on something that's going on. Instead of knowing that taking that time to yourself could be more beneficial to everybody around
Oh,
you.
I'm
absolutely.
glad you said that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You remember that time that I sent you
What?
that message and I asked you, I said, did you take this personally when I said, excuse me, I won't be responding because I need to take some time
I
out
did
for
not.
myself. And when I recuperate, then I will contact you. But it's those kinds of
Girl,
moments.
I'm the queen of that. What you
Like,
mean?
yeah, touche.
The queen.
Like, literally. But I think, and everybody is not there.
They're not.
You know, they want to be
And
a part of something.
because people don't understand when you do that, that's when they ridicule you for doing it
Yeah.
because they don't understand. So that just goes to show that their piece that they may have may not be the piece that they think that they got for real.
That part. That part. So with, young men in their 20s, your age. And I know I've asked you about what kind of conversations, but is that one of the things that you try and express to your peers, is that, being alone is okay, you need to take some time out for yourself,
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Just had a literally just had a conversation with my boy Keith about that not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to take that time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just take that time to yourself and just reset and just think about you know what I'm saying, stuff that you want for yourself to, you know what I'm saying, make you a better person all around for yourself, not for nobody else. Because at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what nobody thinks about you but yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you marinate thinking that you a bad person and this and that, I mean, that's gonna live rent free in the back of your head, bro. And I told him, I said, bro, like, there's so much stuff I done been through, brother. You done helped me get through. You not a
I
bad
didn't
person,
even
bro.
know it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, bro, you didn't see me at my worst moments, dog. You know what I'm saying? You ain't switched up or nothing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You been around my family. You family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a blessing to bring people around your mother, your father.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And they call them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my other son. That's my other daughter. You know what I'm saying? It brings me joy. Like, I can bring my friends around my family, man. So it's like the conversation that I have with my friends, I always tell them, like I said before, keep God first. I don't mind praying with you. If you're not okay, I ain't nothing but a text, a phone call away. I'm not going to judge you because, you know, some of the stuff that you're going through, I may have been through. So, you know what I'm saying? I can give you advice on how to get through it or how to maneuver through it.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that you going to do, bro, you going to pray. I always keep it. I pray every day.
Every day, every minute, sometimes
They say
every hour,
all the time, God is good. God is good all the time. Did I say it wrong?
Nope, you said
No,
it
you
just
said it
right.
right.
All right.
You said it just
Because you know what I'm
right.
saying? I have a streak on saying a lot of shit wrong,
Okay.
especially musicians and singers and shit.
You're not alone.
Oh, no, that's the best.
Shout
I could
out
say the
Peaches and
wrong-
Cream, man.
Oh, that's the best.
I could say the wrong thing with the words right there.
That's the best.
Peaches and Cream.
Oh
Oh,
my god. So true story. We are sitting in the living room, and I can't remember what the song was, but it was not Peaches and Cream, and it was not 112. But he comes strolling in singing that, and we all like, what?
where did that come
Where
from?
did that
I'm
come
singing
from?
hard,
It's
too.
Completely wrong. Just completely wrong. But
Peaches and cream.
yeah, that's good. Peaches and Cream. Oh.
All
I'll have a whole
right,
moment.
not too much, bro.
I'll have a
Not
whole
too
moment.
much on 10.
Not
Yes.
too much, man.
Yes. So, for one last thought, if you could send a message
Ugh.
to young men in the community, and there's a lot going on in our community, what is that one thing that you would say that you feel like would be an impact on decisions that they make, or even how to contact somebody when they're in need of somebody to talk to? How do they do that?
Don't be afraid. Never be afraid to express yourself. Never be afraid to let someone know you're not okay. If you feel like you somewhere you're not supposed to be, take your ass home. Don't hold anything in, because like when you if you going through stuff and you hold it in, it'll mess you up once you get older. And that's one thing that I've experienced due to struggling with depression and anxiety for a real long time and not telling no one about it. It'll really make you start to think that you're a monster in this world and you're really not. And like when you expressing yourself around others and they just looking at you, you feel like you're being attacked and looked at crazy. But never be afraid to be yourself, because being yourself will get you to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And just stay creative in your own way. And that's why I call myself creative. You know what I'm saying? I always tell myself, you can't be creative without being
Creative.
Tev.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Just replace the I with an E at the end. You know what I'm saying? So
That's good.
that's just me, man. And you know what I'm saying? I wish the younger generation nothing but the best, and anything's possible.
Good
Yes,
stuff.
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Yeah, anything's possible. So keep God first. If you have a dream, believe that you can do it. Cause I know you can. You just gotta believe it yourself. So just stay positive, stay safe out here. That's another thing. Stay safe out here, please.
And go energy.
Go
Your
energy.
positive pants.
Oh my gosh, not too much on my pants, man.
I like that saying.
It's a
All
positive,
right.
positive energy print. You know what I'm saying?
I know I liked it. I liked it. Really did. Any last words?
No.
This is why I love our podcast.
I
It
don't
is-
have anything to say. I'm just happy that I've been able to get to know our guests, our men that we've had on. I'm glad that I've gotten to know them in a more intimate setting, more things to know about you guys that I did not know in the beginning. Of course, she knows about him. It's her son. Hello. But me getting to know Tev in a different type of way, just draws me closer as auntie.
Shout out, Auntie,
Indeed.
man. I'll be back in the salon soon to
Oh
get my
my
hair
gosh,
washed.
What? Serious.
But guys, yeah, this has been our Two Chicks, Two Mics. We are literally wrapping up our From Boys to Men series, and glad we got to do it with Ted and a lot of our other guests that we had. But if you are not already following us on social media, we have our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube. Don't keep us a secret. Make sure you share us.
Share.
Outside of that, no, I don't have anything else, ma'am.
All right. Well, it looks like Two Chicks is signing off, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Get out of here.